All right, we're joined by Duke sophomore Duke sophomore Wendell Moore Jr. Wendell, thanks for your time. If you have a question for Wendell, please use the hand raise feature, and we'll start with Steve Wiseman. Steve, go ahead.
Wendell, you guys, had been playing so well the last two games, came off a big win Saturday. What do you think happens tonight as far as, the way things didn't go as well, as especially offensively as they did the other day?
Besides them being a really good team, but they had a lot of big shots tonight when they needed it. We couldn't get the stops that we wanted. And when it came to the offense, we kind of regressed a little bit back to the team that we were before we started playing so well. And I think it started this week in practice. Coach was really on us from the jump about how important this game was to us and how important the game was to our program. And I feel like just as a whole team, we didn't approach it the way we should. And and as a team, we don't approach like that. Outcomes like this happen.
Brendan Marks, go ahead.
Hey, Wendell, yeah, you mentioned that you thought you guys regressed a little bit offensively. You had 8 assists. I know the ball movement was so much better against Clemson, but 8 assists tonight, only 2 in the second half. Is there anything that you can sort of look to easily and point to for why that was the case?
No, I don't think the blame is on anybody in particular. We just have to do a better job moving the ball. We have to enjoy playing the way that we did against Clemson and against Georgia Tech. We can't be complacent just because we get 2 wins in the ACC. We have to come every night to play because, as all of you know, the ACC is really as tough as it gets, and when you don't come to play, anything can happen.
Thank you.
David Thompson, go ahead.
Hey, Wendell, I feel like your expression kind of says it all. What's going through your mind right now after this loss?
Really just a lot of frustration. I think as a team, we made such a huge jump in these past 2 games. Like I said, it's just frustrating the way that we played tonight because we know we could be so much better. And our coach is on us all week about it. Make sure that this won't happen. And exactly what he said shouldn't happen is what happened today.
Max Rigo, go ahead.
Hey, Wendell, you mentioned earlier about how Miami seemed to hit a lot of big shots. They were hitting a lot of shots from the perimeter. What was the main reasons for that? Was it, poor rotations or just, lack of chemistry?
I think they hit some big shots, but at the same time, the shots they did hit, they were pretty open. So that goes from us not rotating, and it all starts with our communication on defense, which all reverts back to the energy that we showed at the beginning of the game. So we come on more energetic in the beginning, carry over to the end, and at that point, we don't have to try to make up such a large lead because we weren't playing that good in the beginning. So we come out with the energy that we need in the beginning. I don't think that we're in that position.
Jason Evans, go ahead.
Wendell, you said you could sort of see that you guys didn't have the proper focus coming into this game. Can you expand a little, example maybe of what you're talking about? Was it just a sense or was it anything you actually saw or felt?
No, nothing in particular. I just felt that really our energy wasn't there. We didn't have the greatest practice of the day. The walkthrough was really good though. I feel like we kind of picked the energy up there, but I don't think that all the energy carried over to the game the way it was supposed to.
Time for a couple more. We'll go to Jim Sumner.
Wendell, there was a period late in the first half, in the first few minutes of the second half, I looked like Duke was poised to take control, and it didn't happen. What was Duke doing during that stretch that you weren't able to do the rest of the game?
I think during that stretch, the energy finally came back. We started getting after them defensively. We got a couple steals. I got a couple easy layups in transition. And but at the same time, we didn't get the stop that we needed back on the other end. So we were really going score for score, where we were up 2, it was tied, and they were up 2, back tied. And in a situation like that, we just need to do a better job as a team, honing in really on the defensive end, because we know that we were scoring it offensively, but at the same time, we have to get the stops defensively.
That's right. 2 more questions. We'll go to Steve Wiseman first.
Yeah, Wendell, they got a lot of second chance points, offensive rebounds tonight, it seemed like. I know you guys were switching defenses from zone to man, things like that. Was that the main reason you think with not protecting the boards? Or it seemed like a few times, they would get a rebound when there maybe were 3 Duke guys around the ball too. So is that some of the energy thing too?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Really, when it comes down to that, it seems like that they wanted it more than us on the offensive rebounding end. Like you said, we have 3 guys around and they somehow end up with the ball. That's because that means that we don't win as much as they do. And so when things like that happen, we got to find a way to get out of it quick. And unfortunately, we didn't get out of it as quick as we should have tonight.
Brendan Marks, last question.
Hey, Wendell, I know you had mentioned that coach had been preparing you guys for this all week, had been telling you how important this game was. What was sort of his message in the locker room after the game ended?
His message was really that we didn't listen to him, and he was right. As a team, we didn't listen to the scouting report that they came in for us, not just the personnel standpoint, but from a standpoint where we need to be hungry. We had a similar stretch like this early in the season. We won 2 ACC games, and we turned around and played another team, and we didn't come out with that same hunger that we did in the past too. And really, the only thing he was trying to do is really stop that from happening again, and he couldn't stop it tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Wendell, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.